am nervous more than excited.
Why are you nervous?
Sleep around with snakes and rats and cockroaches.
But you've already experienced snakes in the form of humans.
I enjoy success for a short period of time and then I let go. That letting go is very important. I'm a person who believes in the present. फ्यूचर में क्या उसका रिजल्ट होगा, let that be.
आपकी पॉपुलैरिटी में, इंटेलिजेंस में, एवोल्यूशन में ये सब चीज़ें तो हो ही रही हैं, लेकिन आपकी खूबसूरती में भी एक इजाफा हो रहा है.
Thank you.
बाकी सब काम मेरे ख्याल से हिमाचल का जो पानी है उसका
Oh yeah, touch wood, the genes and the land. Hi my beautiful people, I'm Rubina Dilaik and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.
So after hundreds of Zoom call interviews, we finally have with us Rubina in a in-person interview with Bollywood Hungama. बहुत स्वागत आपका.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to meet you in person.
Same here, and congratulations for the I think wonderful journey that you've been having.
Thank you.
And I think very few people they've had the privilege to literally succeed the way you have in pandemic, and so congratulations for that. And looking forward to this journey of Khatron Ke Khiladi.
I am nervous more than excited.
Why are you nervous?
You have to face your fears. How will it make you excited? I mean, the idea of that you have to sleep around with snakes and rats and cockroaches will be thrown on you, and all the reptiles in the world.
Right.
There is no sight to be, think about and maybe get excited about it. So.
But you've already experienced snakes in the form of humans. So I think you can maneuver.
You still can keep them at bay, but something that slithers on you is like
you
I don't know.
Find slimy and all that.
I don't know.
But it's interesting that as far as you're concerned, one can't really look at the gender part of it, because we've seen that you don't really look at yourself as a woman. You look at yourself as an individual. And you don't look at the other person with his or her gender as well. So I think that is one plus point that you have.
Thank you. I think over a period of time, I've learned this thing to look at someone as a human being than we would want to make them gender specific.
Right.
It makes it easier to maybe hold a conversation to the simplest of the form, or maybe to understand his or her way of conducting life.
Right. Okay. So Rubina, what are the advantages or maybe disadvantage of being an intelligent and individual and a woman?
Thank you. I take it as a compliment.
No, we've had this conversation in the past as well. What I really find fascinating about you is that you don't try to impress. You don't try to say the right things supposedly that are expected, that to say the flowery things. You say what you mean, and I think that is something that's huge for anyone's credibility.
And that's a downside also. It doesn't please everyone.
That is why मैंने आपसे कहा कि advantages and disadvantages.
It doesn't please everyone, and wherein I see that. Many would expect, जी हाँ जी and all that. जी हजूरी मुझसे नहीं होती है. For me, what is black, what is white, and I put forth my opinion quite strongly and with clarity. May not go well with many out there, and I think on the brighter side, you know what you're getting into.
Right.
You are aware of what you think, and you're responsible enough to understand that what the repercussion would be, in respect that you are aware of the things which may affect in a bad or a good way to the others, I think.
Right. So, you went in Big Boss during the pandemic, and we also saw in pandemic how the entire element of mental health, how crucial it is. If we talk about people in the entertainment world, for example, we've seen how important that is, and we've seen the pitfalls of that as well. Now, many people, and I personally feel कि आप एक तरीके से example हैं on how to conduct yourself as a celebrity, that as you mentioned, that you don't try to impress, you don't try to please people, and आप जो आपके success के parameters हैं वो आपके personal evolution equally important है as in terms of whatever material things that are coming along with that. वो courage आप कहाँ से लेके आती हैं? Because देखिए होता क्या है कि जब एक कामयाबी मिल जाती है तो people try to make hay while the sun shines. And maybe it's not always a good idea. Somewhere आपका जो आपकी value system है वो भी important है, because ultimately posterity में आप उसी से judge किए जाएंगे.
I enjoy success for a short period of time and then I let go. That letting go is very important. You can't construct a structure on the success of any project or show that you have achieved and be complacent about it. And when I move on to the other project, the previous success or the failure is on the back burner. Then the new project is something that I embrace with complete blank slate. So that blank slate is so important because it is my own way of conducting myself in a certain way that ठीक है, achieve कर लिया, हो गया, कोई चीज़ चली नहीं चली, 100 success, 100 failure, okay, part and parcel of life, let's move on. I think that moving on is pretty essential, and that determines, for me it is a determining factor whether I want to be complacent and say, oh yeah, I've achieved, I've done, ho gaya, chalo, let's bask in the glory for a little more longer, wala, assumption, which of course is not healthy. I believe as a human being, I'm a constant work in progress. So I'm a workaholic. I can't sit and think कि यार हो जाएगा, कर लेंगे, जब आएगा तो मेहनत करेंगे, तब तक enjoy करते हैं. That's not who I am.
In fact, interestingly, that's what has been seen in Big Boss. That while there were several other contestants who seemed to be energetic and who were literally going all out, but they could not match up with your energy levels. You just went on, and somehow it seemed that आपको शायद stress या फिर ये सब चीज़ें आपको matter ही नहीं करती. You seem to be so focused on and somehow you believe that you are going to be the winner, which is I think a very good quality to have.
Believing that I'm going to give my 100%. मैं किसी भी चीज़ से जी नहीं चुराती हूँ. If I'm sitting right here in this conversation, my complete attention is to you. My complete focus is on what you're asking, what you're trying to, achieve out of this conversation. And my mind is constantly working on that. So giving attention to that particular moment is something that I really practice, and it takes a lot of comeback. Don't go away, because your mind goes in different ways. Right now, sitting having a conversation with you, my mind goes back to my family. It's sometimes with Abhinav, then I have come back, and then I'm into the conversation. So my focus is that right now is the present time, focus here. So I'm a person who believes in the present. Future में क्या उसका result होगा, let that be. Past I don't fuss and worry about much. So
this is exactly what Amir Khan once told me in an interview, that when I'm talking to you, I'm not thinking about anything else. And I think you're in great company then if that is the approach. And in fact, Albert Einstein has said that I never think of the future, it comes soon enough anyways. So if you can live in the present, then I think future will take care of itself.
And it's a great struggle.
It is a great struggle as well. जैसे मेरी आपसे पहले भी मेरी जब आपसे बातचीत हुई है, and somehow मुझे लगता है कि that you feel very responsible towards people who follow you, your fans, and you want to be like a really good role model for them as well. Why is that so important for you? Because many times artists and actors and influencers, I feel that in a way they tend to use their fan following, but you tend to feel responsible for them, which is a bit different and unorthodox from the usual.
I think that's a trait. I think so. And consciously, for me, it is, if I am at a position where giving myself even 2 cents will inspire or encourage someone, if I have that, I have that platform, why not? Why not? Because बहुत कम है इस दुनिया में जो इस मुकाम पर आकर दूसरों को कहीं ना कहीं अपनी खुद की लाइफ से प्रेरित कर सकते हैं. और ऊपर वाले ने अगर मुझे इतना मौका दिया है तो क्यों ना करूं? Because life is too short. If you're not able to narrate your story, if you're not able to show the side of the challenges and how you deal with them, I think you're not you're not of any service to humankind. So for me as an artist, how can I be of service to you is the question that I constantly ask. And I think that in return just वो कहते हैं ना इनवॉलंटरली रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी खुद ही ले ली कि हाउ कैन आई बी ऑफ एनी हेल्प, हाउ कैन आई हेल्प यू, हाउ कैन आई बी अ सर्विस टू यू. सो दैट इज़ अ कॉन्स्टेंट क्वेश्चन दैट आई कीप ऑन आस्किंग. और फिर वो लगता है कि यार ओके, इफ आई कैन नॉट रीच आउट in person to each and every one, then let me maybe use these platforms to inspire, to share a scent, to be open and vulnerable enough so that people can relate. They can somewhere be motivated कि हाँ यार ठीक है चलता है, it's okay, it's fine. If she goes through this thing, if she achieves this thing amidst all the challenges and chaos, even I can do it. So how your life can inspire even a single, that spark or a moment in someone's life, I think it's of a great service.
हम लोग काफी इंटेलेक्चुअल और मतलब सेरिब्रल तरीके की हम लोग बातें कर रहे हैं. लेकिन मेरा एक और भी ऑब्जर्वेशन है, मैं आपसे शेयर करना चाहूँगा. मुझे याद है जब मैंने पहली बार आपसे जब बात करी थी जूम कॉल पे आपके और अभिनव के साथ में, दैट वाज बिफोर यू एंटर्ड द बिग बॉस. एंड मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि पिछले आफ्टर दैट उतने कुछ टाइम पे मुझे लगता है कि दैट आपकी पॉपुलैरिटी में, इंटेलिजेंस में, एवोल्यूशन में ये सब चीज़ें तो हो ही रही हैं, लेकिन आपकी खूबसूरती में भी एक इजाफा हो रहा है.
थैंक यू.
सो वो भी एक तरीके मुझे लगता है कि दैट द वे यू आर ग्लोइंग नाउ, मे बी इन योर सोशल मीडिया अवतार, इंस्टाग्राम अवतार, मे बी वो इट्स मच मोर देन व्हाट मे बी इट वाज अर्लियर. ऐसा मुझे लगता है. मे बी आई एम एंटायरली सेइंग एज अ समवन हु हैज बीन ऑब्जर्विंग यू, दैट्स अबाउट. तो उसका राज क्या है?
व्हेन यू इवॉल्व from within, you reflect it out. If you are more conscious about how you're conducting yourself, or maybe how you're investing that time on yourself, how you are inculcating a discipline in your life, I think looking good or presentable becomes the byproduct of it. So, I mean, that's the most logical thing that I can just
right
give it.
I think बाकी सब काम मेरे ख्याल से हिमाचल का जो पानी है उसका
oh yeah, touch wood, the genes and the land.
Great.
Hi my beautiful people, I am Rubina Dilaik and you're watching Bollywood Hungama.